All right, today I'm gonna start proceeding on this. I have a prototype kitchen upper cabinet here and the woods that we're gonna use for our kitchen. And so I finished up the doors and I want to drill out holes for these Blum hinges here. Now these are inset doors. The hinge requires a 35mm hole, and there are various ways of doing this. Because I don't have too many for this prototype one, I'm going to try using this Rockler JIG IT concealed hinge drill guide. And I think this thing runs about 70 bucks, if I'm not mistaken. It's not too much. It already comes with the drill bit inside. The drill bit's already set up into the holder here. All you do is attach this to your drill. And this holder locks into this ring right here. Now, this allows for a nice straight hole to be drilled into the door. The way that this particular jig works is it has a little clamp on the back here, and when you lock it down, it locks down to the door. And so this allows it to line up and give you the proper dimensions from the edge to the center of your hole that it needs to be for that particular hinge. So I'm gonna try this out. I've made a couple test cuts on other wood, just scrap pieces, and it seems to work pretty good, so now I'm gonna try it out on this. So follow along and I will show you just exactly how I use this to put the holes into these doors for my hinges. Okay, so before I remove this jig off of the door, after I cleaned up everything here, I want to go ahead and fit this in to make sure that it all drilled out correctly. I want to make sure the hole is deep enough, which it is, because there's no play on either side. When I press these down, they're solid against the wood. So the hole is, it actually cuts a really, really nice hole. So this one's done. I can move on to the center. Now for the center placement of the jig, I'm going to measure the length of the door, and it comes out to 38 inches, 38 and just about 1/8. So I'm not going to worry about that 8. So 38 would be 19 inches would be the center. And the nice thing about this jig is it has a center mark right here and here showing where the center of the drill bit is. So I could use that mark to line up right at 19 inches. And I'll just move this forward a little bit. So come on back here. And I'm going to line this up at 19 inches. And now I can clamp down my jig here. Get my door out far enough so I can do that. All right. So now this jig is at 19 inches, and this is where I can start drilling for my center one, because I know it's going to be dead center on the door. So I got to tell you, after using these on the door here to drill out the holes for my concealed hinges, the JIG IT concealed hinge drilling guide works really well. It's actually quite fast. I was kind of impressed at how quick I was able to do all of this. Lining up the edges with the jig is relatively easy because you just put this edge against the edge of the door, so there's no measurement there. The only thing you have to measure on is the center ones for longer doors, and it's probably quicker to do it with this than it would be to reset up the drill press. It's easier to work on the doors because you can just set them on a flat surface and do all of this. The finished result is that the hinges fit really well. All of these hinges are, it's a nice tight fit. I mean, you know, it's not super tight. I mean, you can get it in there and out relatively easy, but once they get screwed in, there's no play in it at all. And the holes are very, very clean. Now, I don't know how long this drill bit will last, but I'll let you know when I get done with the kitchen cabinets, if it lasted all of them. But I think it's worth the $70 for that jig if you want to use concealed hinges, like these Blum hinges here, on your doors. Worth it to get that Rockler JIG IT concealed hinge jig. And I'll leave a link down below so that you can find it. Leave any comments or any thoughts or any ideas that you have on this, and let me know. We'll see you in the next video.